Okay, so this is my hair when it's wet. The front is kind of dry. So you're going to name whatever products you want heat protection. I'm gonna use Yellow Gatsby because it's good for volume. Got to be glued. Good hairspray. My mini blow dryer. And this is optional, but straightener, like the pink. Alright, so first you're going to start off with the heat protection. I sprayed it into my hands because this stuff gets a little oily, but whatever, man. 2 sprays, and I just rub it through the top and the back first, and then rub it through the front and the sides, because there's the most on your hand end, and that's where you mainly want to style the top and the back, right? So, I'm gonna plug in my blow dryer, and I use it on low power, high heat, so that way you don't dry it too fast. And basically, you just want to dry the back and the top up, the bangs down, the sides down, but from the ear back, you want that up too. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay? Make sure you get as much volume as you can while you're doing this. Make your hair stand up, so that way, you know, you get the spiky sort of Asian style. And as I said, blow dry into the root. If your hair does not stand up very easily, like mine kind of does, but kind of doesn't, tilt your head this way and blow dry it that way, and then when you fluff it back, it will stand straight up. Okay? And there we are. Alright, so no, you don't have to do this part. I'm just doing it because my bangs kind of go straight down, and the top part of my hair doesn't really, it kind of has a weird curve to it, so I'm going to straighten that up. Let me just plug in my straightener. I use my straightener on 305 degrees. Oh, let's just wait for that to heat up. This one heats up in like 15 seconds. I love it. So I start off with the back, and I kind of curve it up like that. Like I turn it this way. I clamp it and I turn it up because I want that to go upwards. And by curving it, it will stand it. Like I said, this part is optional. You can always just use the Gatsby and hairspray if you want, but I choose to do this so that way I don't have to use as much product. see how I'm using the straightener to kind of mold my bangs to the side. I curved mine down because, like, what you saw earlier was I already blow dried my bangs as flat as I could get them, and so it didn't look like there was a cowlick, but generally my hair stands up like this on this side, this on this side, and the middle piece would just be like flopped down on my face. So it looks horrible. Yeah. So right now I'm just gonna take it and curve to the side. Make sure when you grab your sections they're like this. If your bangs go that way, then you want to grab the section like this and straighten it that way. And almost done. Let me just get the top to stand up more. And fix any flat spots. And almost done. Now I'm just gonna go through the back again, the sides of the back, I guess you could say, like closer to your hairline, and make that stand up. Now for the very top part, which is where the spiral over, not like this, not this front top, but like the very top of the head, that part, most people, I hate it when they like style all their hair all nice and everything, and then there's like flat here, and I'm just like, what is this? So generally that part, you pull the straightener through slower, so that way it'll stand up more, because the heat is actually molding your hair into shape. And almost done. Alright, now that you're done with the straightener, grab your wax or Gatsby or whatever product you're using. Make sure it's dry and has a, like, make sure it's just, the finish is more natural, and don't use too much. Always start off with, I use not that much. This is a pea size. Put it on the palms and rub it together. Make sure your hands get warm as you're doing this, really get the product in. I start from the bottom of the back, starting at the root and pushing upwards all on the roots, and then I work to the top, and if there's not enough product on my hands afterwards, then I grab some more, alright? So, really push it up. Alright, it doesn't really take that much product after you blow dried it up. You don't need to use straightener. I just like it because it makes your hair straighter, and I need it for the bangs because I hate them. Alright, so I'm gonna grab a little bit more, not that much. This is like half a pea size now. And just put it on your hands and lift the top up from the root. Never target the strand, because the root is what's holding all of your hair up, not the strand. The strand is what's being held up, essentially. And after that, for this sides, they kind of puff out a little bit, so I'm gonna rub a little product in and then just flatten them forward and put a little bit, and whatever's left in my hands spread into the bangs and sweep them to the side more. Alright. Now if you want, you can define some areas, twist your fingers. Alright, now it's time for the hairspray. The way you want to hairspray your hair is grab a section until you can see the root of your area, like the skin, and just spray onto that. You don't want to spray the strand because that's going to weigh your hair down, and what you want is your hair up, right? So for the back, you do the same thing. Remember, lift the hair up and spray into it. my back's almost standing completely outwards now. Make sure you get a really strong hairspray. This is the strongest one I've ever gotten. I had like a 5-inch bohawk before, and I just used this and a blow dryer, and it stood straight up, so good. And now the top part, same thing. Really sprayed into the roots. Now, make sure you don't spray the strand, because then it gets a little difficult to maneuver and through your hair. I like to not spray my bangs, so that way like my bangs are more natural, and so that way they cover my forehead. I do not like my forehead. Make sure you're pulling up and out. And now we're done. Just tweak it a little bit more. I keep running my fingers through it even after the spray is dried, so that way it's not like crispy and chunky or anything. But now you just fine tune a little bit more. Define some spikes if you want, just by pulling it and twisting a little bit. But I'm not gonna do that. I like my hair looking natural. Yeah. So after, I just keep brushing the spray through until all of my hair stands up nice, and I can keep running my hands through it without seeing any flicking. And now we're done. Yeah. Ooh, it doesn't look that good on camera, but try it for yourselves. If you like this, then rate, comment, subscribe. If I'm doing something wrong, just tell me in the comments, I guess. This video is dedicated to Chris Wu, best friend ever. Peace.